We stand on the precipice of a new era, one defined not by our own ingenuity, but by a question that has haunted us since the dawn of space travel. Are we alone? For decades, it was a question for late-night talk shows and conspiracy theories. Today, it's a global debate. The evidence is mounting, the anomalies are undeniable, and the feeling that we are no longer the sole proprietors of this planet is growing stronger every day. We're not talking about little green men or flying saucers. The potential invasion is far more insidious, more subtle, and perhaps more terrifying. This isn't a blockbuster movie where alien warships blot out the sun. This is a quiet, creeping presence, and its very subtlety is its most formidable weapon. Let's start with the hard evidence. We're witnessing a paradigm shift. What were once dismissed as hoaxes are now being treated as a legitimate national security threat. The U.S. government has released footage of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, displaying flight characteristics that defy our understanding of physics. These objects, dubbed tic-tacs and gimbal, move at impossible speeds, stop on a dime, and operate without any visible means of propulsion. Seasoned pilots, military personnel, and radar operators, people whose lives depend on their ability to accurately identify airborne objects, are reporting these encounters with a mix of awe and terror. They're not just seeing things, they're tracking them on multiple sensors. This isn't just a few isolated incidents. These are hundreds, if not thousands, of sightings documented by multiple government agencies and militaries around the globe. But if it's an invasion, why is it so quiet? This is the core of the problem. Perhaps our definition of invasion is outdated. We're still thinking in terms of 20th century warfare. A true alien invasion might not involve open conflict. It could be a kind of slow, methodical infiltration. Think about it. We've seen a dramatic increase in global technological leaps in a very short time. We've gone from horse and buggy to landing on the moon in less than a century. Do we do that on our own? Or was there a subtle influence at play, a kind of technological push from an unknown source? The idea is that an advanced civilization wouldn't need to fight us. They could manipulate us, guide us, and ultimately replace us from within. They could be here to observe, to study, or to simply co-opt our planet's resources. Look at the strange phenomena happening around the world. We're seeing more and more reports of strange, non-human biological entities. While many can be explained away, some cannot. The sheer number of witnesses to strange events is growing. The very fabric of our reality seems to be stretched thin. Crop circles, once dismissed as pranks, have been shown to be geometrically complex and mathematically precise, beyond the capability of human hands to create in a single night. And what about the psychological toll? Reports of abductions, while often dismissed, are a recurring theme across different cultures and decades. These stories, told by credible people, often involve a sense of a shared, consistent narrative, a narrative of non-human beings conducting strange experiments. Perhaps this isn't a war for our planet, but a silent war for our minds. We are at a critical juncture in our technological evolution. We are on the brink of true artificial intelligence, of genetic engineering, and of interstellar travel. An advanced alien civilization might not want to destroy us. They might want to ensure we don't become a threat. Or, even more chillingly, they may be preparing to integrate our species into their own. The psychological and spiritual impact of this is profound. What happens when we discover that we are not the masters of our own destiny? What happens when we realize that the stories of gods and angels and demons were not myths, but misunderstandings of a far more complex reality? The final piece of the puzzle is our collective psychological denial. For years, we've been conditioned to dismiss anything strange or unusual. We've been taught to believe that UAPs are just weather balloons or swamp gas. This collective dismissal is the greatest shield for a silent invasion. By the time we are ready to accept the truth, it may be too late. The question is no longer, do they exist, but what are they doing here? The answer may be the most important discovery in human history. We're not just at the end of a long, lonely journey. We may be at the beginning of a whole new one, and we are not in the driver's seat. The time for skepticism is over. The time for denial is past. The evidence is here, and it's asking us a question we may not be ready to answer. Are we living on a world that is not our own? This is the moment to look up at the sky, not with the wonder of a child, but with the cold, hard realization that we may have been a little too slow to notice the strangers in our midst. The invasion isn't coming. It may have already happened,